In today's video, we explore 18 JetBlue Airlines interview questions you will be asked during your interview. Each answer can be customized to highlight your unique qualifications and experiences. Before your interview, it's important to research the company and review the job description so you can incorporate key skills relevant to the job role in your answers. Question number 1. Tell me about yourself. This question sets the tone. Summarize your experience in customer service, any travel or cultural exposure, and your personality traits that align with JetBlue's values, like kindness, adaptability, and teamwork. Don't list your resume. Tell your story and tie it into the role. I'm someone who thrives when I'm helping others, especially in fast-paced environments where empathy and quick thinking are essential. For the last 6 years, I've worked in customer-facing roles, first in retail, then hospitality, where I learned how to read people's needs, stay calm under pressure, and de-escalate difficult situations with a smile. My background has given me a strong foundation in communication, problem-solving, and teamwork. I've also lived in 2 different countries and speak conversational Spanish, which helps me connect with people from diverse backgrounds. What excites me most about JetBlue is the way you prioritize people, from customers to crew members, and build a fun, safe atmosphere in the skies. I love the idea of bringing comfort and joy to people during their travels. Becoming a flight attendant isn't just about flying for me, it's about being part of something bigger, a team that supports one another and delivers care with heart. Question number 2. Why do you want to be a flight attendant? Show your understanding of the job. It's not just travel, it's safety, service, and long hours. Explain how your personality and work style match the role and why you'd be excited to wake up and do it every day. I've always been drawn to roles that involve taking care of others and creating calm in the middle of chaos, and being a flight attendant combines that with travel and cultural connection. What excites me most is being the person who turns a stressful situation, like a delay or turbulence, into a smooth experience with a calm tone and a helpful attitude. I love working as part of a close-knit team, and I find energy in meeting new people and learning their stories. This role also aligns with my strengths, staying calm under pressure, thinking fast, and delivering genuine hospitality. I see flight attendants as ambassadors of care in the sky, and I want to be that reliable, reassuring presence that makes a passenger feel safe and respected. For me, it's more than a job. It's a career I'd be proud of because every day I'd be making someone's journey a little brighter, one interaction at a time. Question number 3. Why do you want to work for JetBlue? This is your opportunity to show that you've researched the airline. Reference JetBlue's values, like caring, integrity, and fun, or mention its reputation for customer experience, innovation, or inclusive culture. Make your answer personal and sincere. I want to work for JetBlue because I see the airline as a company that truly walks the talk when it comes to values. I admire how you treat both customers and crew members with care, respect, and a touch of fun. That kind of culture isn't easy to find. I've watched how JetBlue handles challenges with heart, like how the crew stayed calm and communicative during recent delays, and that resonated with me. I also love how JetBlue celebrates diversity, encourages upward mobility, and creates a space where people can be themselves. I'm someone who gives 100% to everything I do, and I want to represent a brand that does the same. I'm not just looking for a job. I want to join a team that feels like a second family, where I can grow, give back, and help create memorable moments for passengers. JetBlue's mission to inspire humanity perfectly aligns with how I try to live and work every day. Question number 4. Give 3 reasons why JetBlue should hire you. Choose 3 qualities. JetBlue values like empathy, communication, teamwork, and resilience, and support each one with a quick example or explanation. Stay confident but not arrogant. End with how you'll bring those strengths to the in-flight team. First, I have strong emotional intelligence and can read a situation quickly. In past customer service roles, I've been the person who can de-escalate tension and turn an unhappy guest into a loyal one by listening, apologizing sincerely, and taking swift action. Second, I work extremely well under pressure. Whether it's a system glitch, a long line, or a tight turnaround, I don't panic. I prioritize, adapt, and stay calm for those around me. And third, I'm team-oriented to the core. I believe in looking out for my coworkers, sharing responsibilities, and stepping up when someone needs backup. Those three strengths, empathy, resilience, and teamwork, aren't just things I say, they're how I work. I believe that mindset aligns perfectly with JetBlue's values and would help me contribute to a crew that supports each other and provides excellent service every single flight. Question number 5. Tell me about a time when you had to deal with an upset customer. Choose a story where you took ownership, listened without interrupting, and took steps to resolve the issue. Make sure the story ends on a positive note and shows how your approach reflects JetBlue's caring and solution-focused culture. At my previous job in a hotel, a guest arrived late at night after a long flight only to discover their reservation had been incorrectly canceled. They were tired, frustrated, and understandably upset. Instead of placing blame, I calmly apologized and let them explain the situation fully. I then worked quickly to secure the last available room, upgraded them for free, and offered complimentary breakfast for the inconvenience. I also wrote a handwritten note wishing them a restful stay. The next morning, they personally thanked me for how the situation was handled and even left a positive online review. That experience taught me that it's not just about solving the problem, it's about how you make the customer feel throughout the process. At JetBlue, I would use that same mix of empathy, patience, and quick thinking to turn moments of frustration into lasting impressions of care and professionalism. Question number 6. Tell about a time when you turned an unhappy customer into a happy customer. Choose a situation where the customer started frustrated but ended satisfied. Highlight how you actively listened, stayed calm, and went the extra step to resolve their concern. Your ability to stay patient and focused on service is key. While working at a hotel, a guest was frustrated because their room wasn't ready after a long international flight. They were visibly upset and exhausted. I listened without interrupting, apologized sincerely, and offered a complimentary drink while they waited. I also called housekeeping to prioritize their room and checked back in with updates every 10 minutes. When the room was ready, I personally walked them up, gave them a welcome basket, and offered late checkout. By the next morning, they were smiling and thanked me for being so thoughtful. They even mentioned it in an online review. That moment reminded me how a little empathy and proactive service can completely shift someone's mood. At JetBlue, I'd bring that same level of care, awareness, and communication to every passenger, even when things don't go as planned. It's all about listening, human connection, and making people feel genuinely valued, especially during moments of stress or disappointment. Question number 7. Give me an example of a time when you've dealt with a difficult customer and what happened. Choose a situation where a customer was rude, aggressive, or demanding, but you kept your cool. Show how you de-escalated the tension, stayed respectful, and found a solution. Reflect briefly on what it taught you. While managing a checkout line during a store-wide sale, one customer became angry after a discount didn't apply as they expected. They began raising their voice and accusing the staff of being dishonest. I calmly acknowledged their frustration and reviewed the promotion details with them, which showed the discount applied to a different item. I offered to return the incorrect item and helped them find one that matched the deal. I also apologized for any confusion and made sure their checkout was smooth afterward. By the end of the transaction, they thanked me for my patience and even joked about how crazy the sale was. That experience taught me that staying composed and treating people with respect, even when they're upset, can turn things around quickly. At JetBlue, I'd use that same level-headedness and empathy to handle in-flight concerns, delays, or misunderstandings with grace and professionalism that reflects the brand's caring culture. Question number 8. Tell me a time you went beyond a customer's expectations. This is your opportunity to show you go the extra mile. Share a time when you didn't just meet the need. You anticipated it or added a thoughtful touch. Make sure it reflects the JetBlue spirit of genuine care. During the holidays, a frequent customer at the cafe I worked at mentioned they were having a rough week due to a family emergency. The next day, I greeted them with a handwritten card and included a free drink and pastry. It was a small gesture, but they were deeply touched and said it made their day. They even brought a thank you note the following week. That moment showed me that small acts of kindness can have a big impact. I didn't just serve a coffee, I created a moment of comfort. At JetBlue, I'd carry that same mindset. Whether it's remembering a returning passenger's preference or offering a kind word during a long delay, I believe in creating unexpected moments of care. People may forget what you said, but they'll always remember how you made them feel, and that's the kind of experience I aim to provide on every flight. Question number 9. Name a time that you did something outstanding for a customer. Choose a moment that stands out. Something thoughtful, proactive, or heartfelt. Focus on what made your action special and how the customer responded. Link it to how you'd carry that mindset into your role at JetBlue. One of our elderly customers came in regularly, and over time I learned he didn't have many family members around. On his birthday, I coordinated with my manager to surprise him with a small cake, a birthday song, and a free meal. The customer teared up and told us no one had done anything like that for him in years. It was one of the most meaningful moments I've had at work. Going beyond service to create human connection is what makes hospitality powerful. At JetBlue, I'd strive to bring that same heart to every flight. Whether it's helping someone who's nervous about flying or brightening a child's first trip, I want to be the person who sees the opportunity to make a moment special, not just perform a task. That level of attentiveness and care is what I believe sets JetBlue apart, and I'd love to be part of that experience. Before we continue, I just want to take a moment to thank you for watching this video. You can download a copy of these interview questions and answers in PDF format by clicking on the link below and supporting my channel by making a minimum donation of $3. Your support allows me to keep creating valuable content to help you pass your interview and land your dream job. Thanks for your support and appreciation. Question number 10. How do you deal with stress at work? This question tests your emotional resilience. A strong answer will show that you recognize stress, stay self-aware, and use healthy coping strategies to stay calm and productive, especially in high-pressure environments like flights. I've learned to manage stress by staying grounded in the moment and focusing on what I can control. In fast-paced jobs, things can change quickly, whether it's a customer concern or a scheduling issue. I use deep breathing and mental check-ins to stay calm, and I mentally sort priorities so I don't get overwhelmed. I also believe in open communication. If I'm on a team, I'll speak up early if I need support and offer it in return. One thing that helps me manage stress is shifting focus to the customer. When I put their experience first, I naturally slow down, listen better, and become more present. At JetBlue, I know there will be days when flights are delayed or passengers are upset, but staying composed, caring, and team-focused will help me bring steadiness to the cabin even during challenging moments. Question number 11. Describe a time you were overwhelmed at work. How did you handle it? Pick a moment when things piled up. Multiple tasks, customers, or unexpected changes. Focus on how you stayed composed, prioritized, and leaned on teamwork or time management. End with what you learned and how you'd apply that on a flight. During a holiday rush at the hotel I worked in, we were short-staffed and had a full house checking in. Phones were ringing, guests were lining up, and I was covering 2 roles at once. At first, I felt completely overwhelmed. I paused, took a few deep breaths, and made a mental checklist of what needed to happen first. Starting with the longest waiting guests and the most urgent calls, I communicated clearly with guests so they knew I hadn't forgotten them and called in a team member from another department to assist temporarily. Within 30 minutes, the lobby had calmed down. What I learned is that staying calm under pressure and keeping a clear mind helps everyone around you. I also realized how powerful it is to ask for help when needed and stay solutions-focused. On a flight, there may be delays, passenger concerns, or last-minute changes, but I'm confident I can prioritize, stay level-headed, and keep the atmosphere calm and caring, just like JetBlue values. Question number 12. Did you ever have a conflict at work? What did you do? Choose a situation with a coworker or customer that involved miscommunication or disagreement, not personal drama. Focus on how you approached it maturely, communicated clearly, and resolved it professionally. Emphasize teamwork and emotional control. Yes, there was a time when a coworker and I disagreed over how to divide our closing duties during a shift. They felt I wasn't doing my share, but in reality, I had been handling customer returns while they were restocking. I could have reacted defensively, but instead I asked if we could talk after our shift. I calmly explained my perspective and listened to theirs. Once we understood each other's responsibilities better, we agreed to trade tasks on alternating days to keep it fair. It ended up strengthening our working relationship. That experience taught me the importance of communication, empathy, and not letting frustration build. On a flight crew, personalities and working styles can differ, especially during long or stressful days. But keeping the focus on collaboration and mutual respect is what keeps things running smoothly. And that's the kind of professional, team-centered mindset I would bring to JetBlue. Question number 13. Explain an issue with a coworker and how it was resolved. Choose a professional, non-personal conflict, something work-related. Emphasize that you handled it with maturity, used clear communication, and were solution-focused. Airlines value crew members who can maintain harmony in tight, high-stakes environments. At a previous job, I worked closely with a teammate who was consistently late with their shift handoffs. It started affecting my ability to close properly and impacted our team's flow. Instead of venting to others, I asked to speak with them privately. I made sure to approach it respectfully and with the assumption that there might be something I didn't know. They explained they were juggling another responsibility with their schedule and hadn't realized it was affecting me. We worked together to adjust our timing and split responsibilities differently. From that point on, we had a smoother workflow and mutual respect. That experience reminded me how important it is to approach conflict with curiosity rather than frustration. As a flight attendant with JetBlue, it's essential to maintain strong communication and trust with your team. I'm committed to addressing issues early, finding collaborative solutions, and keeping a supportive crew dynamic because the passenger experience depends on it. Question number 14. How do you manage a situation where you have zero experience or knowledge? This tests humility and resourcefulness. Show that you're not afraid to ask questions, research quickly, and support your team while learning. JetBlue wants crew members who are adaptable and proactive, not those who guess or panic. In a previous role, I was asked to assist with an unfamiliar system when a teammate called in sick. I was honest about not having experience with it, but I didn't let that stop me. I asked a coworker for a quick walkthrough, took notes, and kept a calm attitude. I also double-checked my work and flagged anything I was unsure of. By the end of the day, I had learned a new skill and helped my team avoid falling behind. That moment reminded me that not knowing something isn't a failure. It's a chance to learn, stay curious, and lean into teamwork. As a flight attendant, safety comes first, so I would never guess my way through a procedure. Instead, I'd speak up, follow protocols, and ask for guidance. I believe being honest and proactive is more valuable than pretending to know it all, and that's a mindset I'd bring to every JetBlue flight. Question number 15. How do you prioritize your tasks when you're in a busy situation? Flight attendants juggle many tasks: safety, service, coordination. Show how you think strategically under pressure, using situational awareness and flexibility. JetBlue wants people who can make smart decisions fast without sacrificing care or safety. When things get busy, I pause for a moment to assess what's urgent versus what's simply important. For example, if a customer has a spilled drink while another needs assistance with their seat, I'd quickly determine which affects safety or passenger comfort most immediately. I mentally rank tasks and focus on high-impact ones first, while staying calm and respectful to everyone involved. I also believe in communicating openly with teammates to divide responsibilities when needed. In one past role, I was handling a rush with multiple customers and a phone ringing off the hook. I made eye contact with waiting guests to acknowledge them while taking the most urgent call. That quick triage made everyone feel seen. As a flight attendant with JetBlue, I'd use that same strategy: lead with safety, stay flexible, and communicate with my crew to keep the cabin environment efficient, calm, and caring. Question number 16. Tell me about a time you would have done something differently. Pick a situation with a clear learning moment, something that wasn't a major failure but showed room for growth. Focus on the reflection and what you'd change, not dwelling on blame or regret. Airlines value self-awareness and growth. Early in my career, I had a guest complain about a long wait during check-in. I was focused on keeping the line moving and gave them a short, polite answer without fully listening to their frustration. Looking back, I missed a chance to de-escalate and make them feel heard. I should have paused, validated their concern, and offered a small courtesy to show we cared. Afterward, I reflected on how rushed communication, even when efficient, can make someone feel brushed off. Since then, I've made it a point to slow down, especially when someone is visibly upset, and give them my full attention. That one moment helped me become more empathetic and proactive in addressing concerns before they escalate. If I were in that same situation today, especially on a flight, I'd approach it with patience, reassurance, and the mindset of creating a positive memory instead of just solving a problem. JetBlue is known for turning challenges into great customer moments, and I strive to do the same. Question number 17. What challenges do you think you will experience as a flight attendant? Show that you've thought realistically about the role. Early mornings, long hours, unpredictable schedules, emergencies. Focus on how you're prepared to face those challenges with a positive attitude, flexibility, and teamwork. I expect one of the main challenges will be the physical and emotional demands. Long hours on my feet, changing time zones, and staying energized while meeting diverse customer needs. I also understand there will be days with delays, unhappy passengers, or in-flight issues that require quick thinking and emotional control. But these are the parts of the job that truly show a person's professionalism and heart. I've worked in environments where I had to stay upbeat and composed during stressful moments, and I know I thrive when I'm part of a strong team. I also prioritize rest, hydration, and routines that keep me grounded on busy days. JetBlue emphasizes caring, and I believe that starts with how we take care of ourselves and each other in order to care for passengers. I'm ready to meet those challenges head-on, with resilience, optimism, and a strong sense of purpose behind why I'm doing it. And finally, here's the last question. Question number 18. Do you have any questions for me or for us? Thank the interviewer and express interest in learning more. Ask questions that reflect JetBlue's values, like teamwork, service, growth, or culture. Avoid asking about pay or time off unless they bring it up first. Yes, I do. Thank you for asking. I'm very excited about this opportunity and have a few questions if that's all right. First, how would you describe the dynamic among the in-flight crew at JetBlue, and what makes a new hire successful in that environment? I'd also love to know how JetBlue supports flight attendants in their ongoing training or career growth. Are there mentorship programs or ways to move into leadership roles over time? Another thing I'm curious about is how JetBlue maintains its strong customer service reputation during difficult travel days, like delays or inclement weather. What support systems are in place for crew members in those moments? Lastly, what do you personally enjoy most about working for JetBlue? I'd love to hear about your experience. Thank you again for the chance to interview and learn more about the culture. It's made me even more excited about the possibility of joining the JetBlue team. If you want to learn more on how to land jobs and reach your career goals, don't forget to hit that subscribe and bell notification button to get new videos every single week. Also, don't forget to hit that like button because that motivates me to keep doing what I do. Stay safe, keep smiling, and good luck.